Hey there friends, how's it going? I'm Ben Snow. Today we're gonna take a closer look at the map of Hogwarts that I put together here. Obviously, this is not the full map. I'm sure we'll soon get our hands on the entire map, but you know, at least this is something. It took me about a week to make this, so at least give this video a thumbs up. But before we jump into looking at what is on the map, if you want to get your hands on the full-sized image that I created here, you can find it on my Discord, which, by the way, I just launched. Just follow the link below. It will direct you to my server. It's called simply Ben Snow. Once you've joined, you can go to the pics and clips and stuff tab, and you will see the file there. All right, well, let's check this out. The first thing I have to say that the map is huge. This castle is going to be enormous because it took the character roughly 30 minutes to walk, well, kind of run all of this without barely stopping anywhere. They went from Hufflepuff common room to the grand staircase, then the entrance hall, the viaduct bridge, the central hall, then Transfiguration courtyard, defense against the dark arts classroom, then the clock tower, and then outside for the wooden bridge. Like, they covered a lot of grounds of the castle, but, you know, in reality, I don't think it will always take this long, because like in every corner, there's always something that draws your attention. You want to pause and explore that. So I think it's gonna be hard to really do this run like they did in the video. And this is just one level, right? Well, technically, because I blended things together because this is a 2D image, because once you go from one floor to another, the map changes a little bit. But for the sake of this, you know, video, and for the sake of making this map cohesive, I had to blend different levels of the map together. And once I put things together, I started seeing different rooms that, you know, the character didn't go to, different areas, and they all seem explorable. All right, well, let's check out some of the interesting parts. So obviously you can see the kitchens here next to the Hufflepuff common rooms. And if I connect this spiral staircase to this one here, it falls almost perfectly just right underneath the Great Hall, because that's where it's supposed to be. But on the level of the Great Hall, you can see that there's some more rooms. There's like this elongated room plus the stairs. So I don't know, maybe you're gonna be able to access the Great Hall from the kitchens directly without leaving them. Then that peninsula with circular staircase, that's the grand staircase. They didn't really go into that, but this is where it is. And in the entrance hall, so here, that's where the hourglass is supposed to be. And we can see the doors there, and that's, I want to say the Great Hall, but it kind of seems like the room is too narrow for it to be the Great Hall, or maybe that's just how it looks on the map, unless there's some additional rooms. But behind the wall with hourglasses, there's additional room. And then you can see a little door that leads into another room. So there's more area to explore. And this is, I still believe that this is within the castle walls. So it looks like around Great Hall, there will be some additional rooms to explore, which is, I think, is pretty cool. Then here in the entrance hall, we came down on one side, kind of on the right of the staircase, but then on the other side, you can see a spiral staircase plus like a door leading to that spiral staircase. So from here, we're gonna be able to go down somewhere. Maybe that's where Slytherin common rooms are? Perhaps, I don't, or maybe not, I don't know, because I feel like you would go to the Slytherin common room through the grand staircase. It's gonna be like somewhere in the dungeons. I don't know where you're gonna go by following that spiral staircase. It's pretty cool. And then also when you go to the courtyard, you can see the areas with the cloisters, but then it kind of blends into another area just to the side. I think that is already outside, so probably we're gonna be able to explore that area. Then as we go to the viaduct bridge, there's a lot of levels here, and as I mentioned in my previous video, there are these chests that we didn't see really on the viaduct, so I think there might be some additional levels below the viaduct, or maybe that's in the water, so maybe we can swim if it's in the water, or the viaduct bridge itself has multiple levels. There's like, maybe we can explore some lower levels. Then as we go into the central hall, lots of staircases here leading in different directions. So I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to explore around this area because I had to blend in a lot. As the character goes down from upper level down to the hub, the staircases change multiple times. Just the layout of the map changes multiple times. And it seems like there's more room to explore. And then here, if you remember that door with different magical beasts symbols around it, it's right here. It looks like there's a chest inside of it, and it looks like that room is in a little tower, like a little turret. That's pretty cool. Almost like a closet. It just looks like a small room. But you can see how the stairs are leading into the library itself. And because we don't see anything else but the stairs, so the library is on a different level than the hub where we are at. So it looks like those staircases lead either downstairs or upstairs from where we are, which telegraphs that library is going to be enormous. And I mean, yeah, that's how it felt in the books. The way it was shown in older Harry Potter games, it felt a bit small. It felt a bit small. I believe that here the library is going to be freaking enormous. Then we go to the Transfiguration Courtyard, near the area where we talked to the girl about the Daedalian keys. I think what you can see to the side of the map, there's one entrance without a door and another with a door. Possibly the one with the door is the Transfiguration classroom, but then to the right of it, it has stairs and it leads away to somewhere. So, more rooms to explore. And then this area, the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower, or Astronomy Tower. I think this is the Astronomy Tower technically, right? Or it's partially blended in. So Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower is its own thing, and then it's sort of connected to the Astronomy Tower here, I guess. But yeah, this set of stairs here is really blended in. So he went up multiple times here, and it changed the layout multiple times. But the ground floor will have lots of room to explore. The middle ground will have things to explore. You can go out and explore different areas. And this is now, you're seeing here, the third level from where you can go to the hanging wooden bridge. Looking at the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, it's very straightforward, but also looks like the teacher's office is like a little tower and it might be explorable, but also there's like a closet, which we know there is a closet there, and it looks like there is some room, additional room for the closet or maybe the fireplace. I don't know. So yeah, then as we go across the wooden bridge, you know, from this perspective, it doesn't really indicate that those little areas like grasslands and just earthlands, just the ground areas, I don't know if that's explorable at all. Maybe it is, but from this perspective, it doesn't look like. I just wonder, that's like overall question that I have. Can we go just at the bottom of the school and just wander just on the ground? I mean, it's open world. I feel like we should, but we'll see. Now, this is where we're going towards the clock tower, and right here you can see there's like it's not a door, but it leads out into the big room that we can explore for sure. Maybe that's the hospital wing, but I think that hospital wing is like on higher levels, or maybe that's the prefect's bathroom, like with that giant pool. And then looking at where the bathrooms are, they're both identical, seems like. Then as we go, so, okay, here's an area where we looked at a map of Argyllshire, I believe. And I don't see any door here, but you can see that there's a room, actually. So maybe there's like a secret passage here? Because you can clearly see there's an explorable room and like a little passage leading towards it. But what we see here is just a wall. And the room on the other side, we do see that there's space there. So yeah, this map already revealing a lot of things. Then as we go to the stone bridge, I think this particular stone bridge I haven't seen before, like ever. Because if you look at the map, I know that there are multiple little bridges connecting different wings of Hogwarts. For example, first is the viaduct, right? Then there should be a little stone bridge that connects the central hall technically, and where the grand staircase is. So there's the grand staircase right here, and then there is, you know, the main part of the castle that is attached to it, and then there is the Ravenclaw Tower here. So there should be a little bridge connecting these two parts. Then past the wooden bridge, there should be another stone bridge, but much higher here, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But that's how I remember it. And from numerous pictures of Hogwarts, it looks like all those bridges are intact. So this is just an additional one. The one connecting the clock tower and whatever this area is called now. Because I'm sure that you can go from the hospital wing, where it's a bit behind the clock tower. It's like on a higher level. And that connects to the clock tower on the top. But if you're on the ground floor, you can just take this little bridge if you want to go outside to the clock tower courtyard and outside to the Hagrid's hut. Well, it's not Hagrid, but whatever. It's the Hagrid's hut. But then actually in the clock tower, in the passage leading outside of it, on one side you got the set of stairs in this little room, so that's just the staircase. But then on the other side, there's a room with just a door. Before, I thought from other games there were two sets of stairs on either side of the entrance. Here's just only one, and the other one, I guess, is just a little closet. And then at the corner of the clock tower, it looks like there's another little closet or little secret room that we can explore. The courtyard, it seems very familiar to me. Overall, you can explore the cloisters in the areas around the courtyard, and then you can go out to the wild. But the interesting thing is that once you leave the castle grounds, the map changes, and then it turns into satellite view. So this was just regular map view, like, you know, on Google Maps, and then as you leave Hogwarts, it changes to satellite view. It's pretty neat. I mean, it makes sense because the wilderness it's not really structured like that. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, and also, of course, the Owlery. I guess it's somewhere around here. And the last thing I want to talk about before I end this and I let you explore this map yourself is I wonder the scale, like the actual scale. I wonder if it's possible to identify, because we know we have the time and we technically can figure out the speed of the character, how he walks. It's like a light jog, and as Google says, the person jogs from 4 to 6 miles per hour. And it took roughly 30 minutes to jog all this way. So based on this information, the character walked roughly 2 to 3 miles during the showcase. So I guess the castle is 1 mile across. I guess that's big. I don't know. I don't know if my calculations are correct in that terms, or if it really makes sense in that regards. But yeah, I think that's a lot. And this is just like, again, one straight way. Well, it's not really straight. You go all in a circle, but you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't really stop too much to explore somewhere. It just kind of walks fast through things, and there's gonna be so many more levels to explore, so many more rooms. This castle is freaking enormous. But yeah, make sure to go to my Discord and check out the map yourself, and if you figure out what's the square miles here, let me know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next videos.